Hey guys, I'm back. A little bit different format today. I'm recording on my laptop because my camera's not here right now. And I felt like making this video because I've kind of had this topic on my mind for a while and I wanted to come on here and just kind of share it with you. This video is probably going to be all over the place, so I apologize, first of all. Excuse my appearance. I was cleaning and I'm like trying to like lay this wig down so I have my head wrapped up, whatever. And I'm snacking on popcorn. So I figured we'll just chat about just some stuff that like has been going through my mind. Today is the 2nd of June and I am creeping my way to 6 months post-op from having vertical sleeve surgery on December 16th, 2014. I am currently down 80 pounds. I'm hoping to hit 100 pretty soon here. So, with that being said, I kind of want to just talk about the things that maybe people don't talk about when it comes to being post-op. The things that you battle with that maybe you weren't completely ready to battle with. I know that before I had surgery, when I thought about having surgery and when I knew that I was going to have surgery, I was like, this is it. You know, my life's going to change forever. This is what I've been waiting for, you know, all that. And yes, those things are still very much true. My life has changed. So far, in 5 months, it has changed because I've changed. And when you change, your surroundings change. But not everything has been positive. I don't want to say that it's been negative in a sense where it's like been hurting me, but I definitely was not prepared as much as I thought I was. When you spend the majority of your life severely overweight, that it weighs on you. It takes a toll on you, and not in a good way. My self-esteem probably was lower than the majority of people in my circle, or so I thought it was. But you know, people battle with that all the time, and you don't even know it because they're good at hiding it. But I hid it well. People thought, oh, she's a pretty big girl, and she wears makeup, and her hair's always done, and she dresses nice. She dresses for her body, and blah blah blah. So, you know, I exuded confidence, and I don't want to say that I wasn't confident or that I'm not confident, because I am. But not, it's my confidence isn't stronger than my self-esteem yet. I'm working on that. My low self-esteem, I'm sorry. So, you know, yeah, I would get dressed up and do my hair and my makeup, and I would feel good about myself because I could look in the mirror and say, you know what, Lisa, you're a pretty girl. People, you know, are attracted to you. You're a nice person. You're funny. Yeah, I can recognize those things in myself. That doesn't make me, you know, conceited or vain. And you should be aware of who you are and what you offer. But like I said, it was never enough to overpower those feelings of insecurity that I had. Regardless of what this up here looked like, from here down, I was not happy with that. I was not happy with what this sat on top of. So it didn't matter, you know, it could be anybody that complimented me. I would be grateful and excited, but at the same time, I'm like, if my body matched what people saw, I would feel better about that. So, you know, that's something that I dealt with. You know, in growing up, being heavy, being the only heavy one in my family was difficult. You kind of get categorized, or that's the thing that people recognize you by. You know, you're describing Lisa, oh, the heavy set girl. You know, the pretty heavy one, the pretty big girl. It's like, you couldn't just say the pretty girl. No, you got to throw the big part in there because that's what sets me apart from other pretty girls, right? If not, I would just be a pretty girl. But no, I'm a pretty big girl, which today is not a big deal anymore. But back then, it wasn't the case. So, you know, it's hard. I'm not going to say it's not hard. And I'm not going to say that I don't deal with those things still today at 29 years old. I'm still, when I look in the mirror, I still see my 17-year-old self who's completely and utterly self-conscious and insecure and, lonely and never thinks that no man's ever going to love her the way she is, I have to lose weight. There's no way a man would love my body with all of this fat on it and this big butt and these big thighs. Why would anybody want that, And that I've gotten over because I grew up and found out that there are men out there that actually like that kind of stuff. So, lucky me. No, but it's just, and then I went to an all-white school. So, white boys, they like the sisters, but they're not going to admit to it. So, you know, that always kind of bothered me too, because it's like all my friends were, dating, had boyfriends, and, I always had the imaginary boyfriend, whatever. He was always out of state and whatever. So, yeah. So growing up that way, it affected me. It did. I'm not going to lie. And now that I'm down 80 pounds, I'm still not as small as I want to be. I still have probably another 50 to 75 more pounds to lose. So, I'm still not comfortable saying my starting weight. If you know me from Facebook in the groups that I'm in, then you know. But other than that, nobody knows. My boyfriend doesn't even know what I weigh, and one day I'll tell him. He doesn't care though, But we'll just say this: I've lost 80. I could probably lose another 80. You do the math. And I'm still well over 200 pounds. Okay, you do the math. So even when I got older and got into the dating scene, which to me was never normal because I always met guys either online or in the most non-traditional sense is the way I would meet a guy. And back then I didn't know that I was just a fetish to them. A lot of the times I was pretty, carried myself well, was clean, I was down to earth, chill, funny. I was just that girl, but I'm heavy. So, to some guys that doesn't matter. And to some guys, that's only okay in the bedroom at night, when nobody's around but you two. So I had to learn that the hard way. I had to learn that, guys will say what you want to hear and it'll sound amazing and they'll lie till they're, blue in the fucking face just to get what they want. And when they get what they want, they might come back again. They might still keep that shit going because they want to keep fulfilling that fantasy or fetish or whatever it is, And at your expense, at your heart's expense. Because here I am, this girl coming from living in the country where nobody wanted me. Now all of a sudden I'm a hot commodity. And when I thought that when they wanted to have sex with me, that meant there had to have been feelings there. I didn't know, like I know now, how men can stick their penises in things and have no feelings for that thing at all. None. I don't understand it, but that's how they are. Some. I can't, we know women, we're a little more, it's harder for us to separate our physical from our emotional. But men, so it was easy for them to have sex with me, feel nothing for me, and just completely stop talking to me. And I'm heartbroken, utterly and completely heartbroken, and wondering, what did I do? It must be because I'm fat. That must be it. It had nothing to do with me being overweight at all. If anything, it had to do with their self-esteem because they weren't man enough to handle a woman like me. So, that happened repeatedly. I'm not going to lie. It happened a lot. Not a lot to the point where I had sex with everyone I met, but it took me a while to finally come to that conclusion. Like, Lisa, it's not you. And you do not have to give them your body. They're not that important for you to give yourself up. They're not. They don't deserve you. You're better than that. So eventually I got to that point, and that was probably the best thing that I ever, the best conclusion I ever came to in my life. But, it's hard because, you're a bigger person, and what you see around you is nobody that looks like you. Everybody, either is a lot smaller than you and has a better body, and to me that meant everything. if you were, you know, confident and you had a nice body and you were pretty, I was just like, what is it like to be you, man? Like, I just always wondered what it would be like to get up every day, look in the mirror and be like, I'm cool. I like what I see. Let's go start the day. And that was something that, I mean, I would feel it after a while, after I did, you know, doctor myself up and put an outfit on, try things on, take them off and try it on. And finally I'd be like, okay, Lisa, let's go, because it's not going to get no better, you know. But today I would say things are probably worse. I couldn't have been a teenager in 2015 because I probably would be like Kylie Jenner or something, like just plastic surgery me, you know, left and right, because the images of perfection are literally flooding my life. They're flooding everybody's life. These seemingly perfect people, you know, pretty faces, banging bodies. It's just like, where are they manufacturing these people at? Like, what factory are they coming out of? Are they coming out of, like, India, China? Everything comes from China. Is that where they're coming from? Like, is AliExpress making these bitches? Because it needs to stop. But, so you see where, like, I'm at a point where I'm like, I'm in this journey to loving myself and rediscovering myself. And, you know, I'm a grown woman now. I'm not 21 anymore. So being this way as a grown woman is different than being this way as a 18, 19, 20-year-old. I have a child. I've been through so much up until this point, and it's like completely different, and it's not any easier. It's probably a little harder because of what I'm seeing now. Back then there was no Instagram and Facebook and Tumblr and Snapchat and all that other bullshit. So the images of perfection were a little harder to get to. You had to literally go searching for them. You had to Google them or see them on TV or whatever, music videos. Now, you scroll through Instagram, literally, like, that's all you fucking see. Even if you don't follow these people, that's all you see. And it's like, it can get to you as a woman. I mean, I know I'm not the only woman that feels that way. And I'm not saying that they make me insecure. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, it's like this unreachable standard, this unreachable goal. You know, like, it's like, if you don't look like this, according to, you know, social media and society, you haven't made it in life. You aren't, you know, you aren't valuable enough. And even the people that preach that that's not how it is, they're the banging ones. So it's like, how the fuck do you know? You're on the pedestal. You cool. So, and then, like, being in a relationship now, an actual real relationship, not a, you know, he actually likes me and takes me out during the day, you know, that even is different, you know, that is very different than when I was younger. And it's just so much that changes. And then you're going through these internal changes on top of going through physical changes. And I'm going to tell you right now, anybody that's going to have this surgery, the changes that you go through on the inside are way more drastic than the ones on the outside. Way more. When I had this surgery, I thought this surgery was the answer to my problems. And it is not. It is the opposite of that. Like, I still have the same issues that I had before I had surgery. And if anything, they probably have been elevated a little more now because I'm recognizing them. I'm like, Lisa, you need to fix this shit now, or I'm going to lose another 80 pounds and be at my goal weight, and I'm still going to feel the fucking same. And I do not want that to happen. I do not want that to happen, because that is all of this time and money and heart and hardship and you know, discomfort from having surgery, and all that is going to be wasted if I am at my goal weight and I'm still uncomfortable with myself. I do not want that to happen. That's part of the reason why I'm making this video, because there's so much that I need to get out. There's so much that I want to say about this, and I feel like if I speak it, it'll happen, you know? So what I'm saying is, surgery is not the answer. It's not. Physically, it's the answer. Physically, it has taken weight off of me that could potentially have killed me in the long run. Physically, it has made me more able to do things to keep myself healthy, to promote a long, happy life. But mentally and emotionally, it's not the answer. I didn't do it the traditional way. I went to Mexico and paid out of pocket because I did not have insurance. So, you know, I didn't go through the preliminary things that a normal person would go through. A normal person who goes and gets surgery through their insurance has to go through 3 to 6 months of nutrition counseling. You have to prove that you've tried to lose weight in other ways before you resorted to having surgery. And probably the most important thing is you go and you talk to a counselor, a psychiatrist, a psychologist, whatever, who's going to help prepare you for what you're about to go through. They're going to talk about your past, your present, your future. That's what I was told happens. And I didn't go through that. And I'm telling you, that's the only thing I regret is I wish I could have had that opportunity to do it that way so that I could have spoken to somebody that could have prepared me for this. So here I am dealing with all of this on my own. And I'm not on my own in a sense. I'm on my own because it's happening to me, but it's not just affecting me because I have someone in my life who I'm trying to get that person to understand what I'm going through, and I'm trying to not take these feelings out on him. I'm trying to be as normal as possible, but it's fucking hard because I can't predict how I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. I may wake up and be in an amazing mood and look in the mirror and say, wow, I really see, my body's changing. I feel good and, get dressed and really just feel myself that day. And I weigh makeup the next day and I might feel like I felt 80 pounds ago, depressed and hopeless and miserable. And, if I was alone, if I was in the house by myself, I would just have to get over it. Or maybe I wouldn't get over it. I would just, sulk and be sad and whatever. But there's someone else around and any little thing just triggers that. And it triggers me and I go off and it's not fair. I don't want to be like, oh, women can't control their emotions because we can. We can. But it's hard. It's very hard. The separation between mental and physical is very strong. I made a short video about this on my Facebook page, just kind of talking about cravings and how they've changed for me because they're not changed, but I understand them now, if I would have known this, pre-surgery, maybe life would have been a little easier for me. I did know it, but I'll explain. When you're hungry, your body's going to send a signal that you're hungry. Your stomach is empty and needs food. What food? Doesn't matter. Your stomach doesn't care. Just fill it. It's hungry. Your brain is what tells you that you want bad things. You want greasy french fries. You want a burger. You want pizza. Whatever. Your brain is going to tell you to overeat. Your brain's going to tell you, no, your stomach's not full. You can have another slice. Or, yeah, go get ice cream after you just had Red Lobster. Why not? Have dessert. And then that's when you overeat. The difference for me now is I only have 20% of my stomach left, or 15, I don't know, it's really small, whatever. So the hormone that regulates hunger and tells you, it sends out the signal for hunger is no longer inside of me. So I do not feel hungry. I don't. So I still have cravings though. I still want ice cream. I still want fried chicken. I still want all those things that I used to want. But I physically don't have the stomach to support it anymore. So that's the difference. I can have the craving, but I cannot eat the food because my stomach is not going to hold it. I'll throw up. I'll make myself sick. So it's hard. It is hard to fight them things. Cravings are real. So it's that cravings, it's feelings of regret. I'm sitting here and I look back on my life and I'm just like, man, I really held myself back, man. I really missed out on a lot of things because I let my weight control me. I let my my insecurity stopped me from enjoying certain things in life. You ask me what they are, I can't even tell you right now. I just know that, and it may not even be something specific. It's just that, you ever see that person that's just like so free? Like they don't care who's around them. They don't care what you think of them. Like they're going to be them regardless. That's what I always wanted. That's what I I would look at people like that and be like, damn, I wish I could be like that. You know, I wish I wasn't so damn reserved. I wish I didn't walk into a room and worry about what they thought of me. I wish I walked in the room and was like, you know what? Y'all should be worried about what I think of you. And there are times where I feel like that, you know, in waves. It comes and goes. But I need it to be constant. I don't even know if that's possible. You know, I may talk to a psychologist or whatever, and they may say, you know what, Lisa, that's impossible. Nobody feels like that 100% of the time. Everybody has down days and days where they don't feel like themselves. They feel insecure, and that's probably the truth. But I don't want those days to outnumber my good days. And I'm working on this actively. I'm seeking out counseling as we speak for this, because I can't get to 6 months post-op and haven't addressed this with someone yet, because 6 months is too far out in this journey for me to even be. I should have started this months ago, you know, but I'm starting it now, so that's better than nothing. But I don't want to do any more damage to myself. I don't want to keep beating myself down into this ditch and I can't get out. And here I am, you know, goal weight and not happy. I'm still not fucking happy. So I don't want that to happen. I told you this video is going to be all over the place. I'm literally like using y'all as my diary. So, you know, it's a personal journey, but at the same time I want to share it because I'm hoping there's somebody out there that can relate, that can see that they're not alone, that, you know, a lot of us go through the same things. You know, I kind of posted my journey slightly as much as I could on Instagram if you follow me on there. If you don't, I'll put it down here somewhere. And I got really good feedback off of that post. And I was afraid, I'm not going to lie, I was afraid to tell people that I had surgery because, you know, a lot of people say, oh, you took the easy way out, blah, blah, blah. Again, I shouldn't give a shit what they think, but, you know, I felt like I needed to at least give people a sneak peek into what I've been through as a person with this weight problem, and that it wasn't just like I woke up one day and, you know, gained 50 pounds. I was like, well, I guess I'll just go get surgery because I'm not going to work out. Like, I was in the gym killing myself. I busted my ass. I've been on every diet, every diet pill. I've drank every Herbalife shake. I've drank every Slim Fast, every Atkins, everything that's out there I have tried. So, you know, it gets to a point where you can't keep putting your body through those things. You can't keep raising and lowering your metabolism and taking fat pills, you know, fat burning pills, and then stop. And it's gonna mess you up internally to the point where you're gonna stop losing weight. And I feel like that's what happened. Like, I would lose a little bit here and there, but I think my body internally just wasn't supporting it anymore because of all the stress I had put on it for so many years. You know, and then I had a baby, and we all know how pregnancy changes the complete composition of your body internally. So those factors, you know, I was working out hard, and, you know, I was eating right. I was meal prepping. I was drinking shakes, and just the weight was just holding on. And my only regret is that I didn't have this surgery 10 years ago, man. Like, there's so much time has passed and so much has changed, and it's just like, fuck, like, why didn't I know about this? Like, why I just think about how different my life might have been if I would have done this sooner. If I'd have given myself this chance sooner. You know, I'm 30 years old, and now it's like, now I have to start over. Now I have to start living this life that I dreamed about as a child, that I, you know, I posted this on my Instagram, that I used to wake up in tears because I would have dreams of, you know, me being thin. And it was just, I mean, literally as a child, probably 12 or 13 years old, maybe younger than that. And the dreams were so vivid. Like, I would wake up and think they were real, and when I would get up and realize that it wasn't, it was just like, damn, like, I just and even pre-surgery, after like the deposit was paid and the plane tickets were ordered, and the weeks leading up to it, I would have these insane dreams. Just like I would see Lisa, I'd see her, and she was amazing. She is amazing. The Lisa that I see in my head, not the one that y'all see on Instagram or right now on this screen. She's It's not just a look. It's an aura. She's who I'm supposed to be. She's confident and secure and enjoying life and just really living life to the fullest. And it's like I'm like digging, trying to reach her. She's up there, and I'm coming for you. But it's funny because my boyfriend says that that's who he sees now, even though he's never met her. And I'm like, I'm glad that he sees me that way. Even before I had surgery, he always used to say, Lisa, you're fine to me. You don't have to do this for me. You do it for you. And that is valuable beyond words, But this is an ongoing fight, an ongoing battle. And the only difference for me now is I have a tool. It's like having a coach with you all the time. It's like having a trainer with you every day. That's what surgery is for me. Surgery is my parachute. When I'm jumping out that plane, and surgery's it's gonna help me land. It's gonna help me land safely. And I still have to train, and I still have to take all the necessary steps to protect myself and take precautions before I jump out that plane. But that parachute, when I pull that string, it's going to deploy, and there I am landing safely. That's what surgery has done for me. And it's all up to me. I have to pull the string. The string's not going to pull itself. The parachute is not going to open up on its own. I have to do that. It's just there. Literally, it's just there. So I have to eat right. I have to exercise. I have to treat my body well. And this will work for me. And when I turn 30 years old in 6 months, I will be at my goal weight, and I will not be heavy. And I can say that when I was a little girl and into my teenage years and all that, I used to tell myself that I do not want to turn 30 and be overweight. And to know that that's really going to happen and it's really going to come true it's an immeasurable feeling. I can't even describe it to you. So it's going to happen, I thank God every day for this. I thank God that I was given this second chance, and this is probably why I'm so adamant about getting my mental and my emotional state right, because I don't want this to be all for nothing. I want to be able to enjoy my body and enjoy this hard work that I'm putting in every day, and just feel free. Because I felt trapped. I felt trapped inside of a body that I could not stand for 20 plus years. Like, I've felt trapped and held back by these emotions and these feelings of inadequacy for so long. Like, I'm tired of this shit. Like, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it being the number one in my life. I should be number one. I shouldn't let these feelings take over me to a point where it affects the people around me, where it affects the people that love me the fucking most. Like, that shouldn't happen. And I'm not crazy. I don't need to be in a mental hospital. I don't know, maybe I do, but I feel like I'm not that far gone that it can't be addressed, and it can be fixed, and I need to fix it. There's just so many factors that go into surgery that it's not just about going under anesthesia and them cutting you open. There's so much. The after is so much more difficult than before. So much more. And to have to start this journey towards self-love at 29 years old with a 5-year-old, and in a serious relationship with it. I have a job and responsibilities and bills, and now and on top of all of that, I'm trying to fucking love myself. It's just crazy. But it can be done. That I believe in my heart. Wholeheartedly, I believe that it can be done. I don't know how or when. Hopefully soon. It gets better day by day. I'm trying. I'm very, very much so trying to see myself and to say, Lisa, you're pretty fucking great, But my 6-month anniversary is coming up. My surge anniversary, I should say, on the 16th of June. Hopefully I'll be at 90 pounds by then. I think I'm like 81, 82. I haven't been on a scale. I told my boyfriend to hide it because I'm tired of that bitch. The scale, not my boyfriend. Because, when you've gone so long without seeing any weight coming off, you get kind of obsessed and you're like getting on the scale every day. That's how I was. So I'm like, just hide it. I'm going to weigh myself once a week and do my measurements and just go with that because it's like taking over everything. And that's what I didn't want to happen. I don't want to be so relying on the scale so much. I think there's more I wanted to say, but I just can't think about it. I can't think of it right now, but I just want to say to anybody that's considering this surgery, and I think I said this in my first video, just go do it. Like, you will not regret it. If you have to go through the 6 months of, all of that stuff, don't look at it as a burden or like, don't rush it, because if I could go back, that's the only thing I would change, is I would either, maybe still do it the way that I did and get a counselor or, a therapist earlier, after maybe the first month or so, or if I could have done it, traditionally through insurance, then I would have went through the whole process and that would have been provided for me, and maybe I wouldn't feel this way right now. Because it's crazy to be physically changing. My clothes, my jeans don't fit me anymore. My shoes are getting big on me, and I'm a size that I have not been since before my child was born. The weight that I am now, the last time I was this weight was when my cousin got married, and I don't even remember what year that was. So if you're watching this, however many years you've been married, probably like 8, I don't know. So it's getting serious. I'm getting closer to being a weight that I haven't been in a long time, beyond 5 years. The every day I get closer and closer, and I mentioned my goal weight, wanting to be that weight by the time that I am 30, and I don't even know what that weight is, because I remember being 199 pounds at one point, and I have pictures of that. And I look so much smaller than 199 pounds. I mean, I know my body has changed and I carry my weight differently now and whatever, but, maybe that's my goal weight, 199. And that's gonna happen. When I think about the weight that I am now and count to 199, I can definitely do that in the next 6 months. So it's exciting, I'm more excited about my emotional journey, though. I'm more excited about being at my goal emotional state, if that makes sense. I'm just excited to love myself, to accept myself, and to not be so damn hard on myself, It's like people look at me and they're, and then again, we all have moments of conceit. You see that funny little post on Instagram, and you're like, yeah, that's me, da 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 da. And yeah, there are times where I feel like that, and I know that I have things that people want. I know that I'm different looking, and I know that I'm beautiful. I know that. I know that I'm intimidating. Why, I don't understand. Because I'm probably, if I walk into a room and people are like, oh, I'm probably the shyest, most insecure person in the room. Maybe that comes off as intimidation or whatever. It's probably the resting bitch face that I have perfected. And, people think I'm unapproachable or whatever. And I'm really not. I'm pretty freaking cool. But, it's just getting past this. I'm not good enough because I'm overweight. I'm not good enough because I'm a big girl. I'm not good enough because I'm this. And I am good enough. And that's what I need to constantly beat into my head until that's how I really feel. So that's really all I wanted to talk about. This video is getting kind of long. I hope I didn't talk too much, but I hope that I can hopefully inspire someone or, make somebody feel a little bit better about their situation and realize that you're not alone. Maybe you could share in the comments what you're going through, or if you want to email me and we can talk back and forth. And because sometimes I feel like I'm the only person that feels this way, and I look at all these pretty people and I'm like, there's no way they feel like that. There's no way you get up in the morning looking like that and you feel bad about yourself, but they might. They probably do. So it's kind of nice, a journey is a little easier when you have someone there next to you saying, listen, I know how you feel. So I'm telling you that I know how you feel. Maybe you could say the same back to me, and that'll make me feel a little bit better. Other than that, I want to thank everyone who's supported my channel thus far. I'm at 200 subscribers. My next video is coming up in the next couple of days. I think I'm going to do my everyday makeup and my everyday makeup look, maybe an outfit. And I'm definitely doing a giveaway for reaching 200 subscribers. So stay tuned for that. Thank you all again for all the support and love. I've gotten nothing but nice and uplifting comments on my videos, which makes me feel really good because I'm really literally putting myself out there. Even when I do, the makeup and the outfits, I'm like, I hope that people like this, That's YouTube though, but I appreciate everyone that has followed and subscribed and shared and liked my videos. And, I hope that I can show you guys as much support as you've shown me. And I'm just really going to keep these videos rolling, keep them, keep cranking them out because I really enjoy this. It's one of the things that brings me happiness, and I love makeup. I love putting it on myself. So why not share it with you guys? Because I know you guys like it too. So yeah, stay tuned for the giveaway. I'll have that details and all that stuff up pretty soon. And thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.